Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikkel Drew Pelham. I talk about digital fashion design software and communication on this channel. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. This month's CAD Chats on Instagram was really cool because it's the first time we spoke with a digital fashion illustrator. JoNia Miller is a fashion illustrator and designer, and her primary choice of digital fashion software is Photoshop. We talked about how she started, walked away, and came back to fashion, what project she's working on now, and her advice to others who want to move into fashion illustration and design.
My name is JoNia Miller. I live in New Jersey. I have been drawing and designing since I can remember. Art has always been my gift and my passion and like my purpose, and it's always been the thing that I always wanted to do. I remember as a kid sitting watching like Saturday morning style TV with the fashion shows and stuff, and I knew that was one day would be me in some way, shape, or form. I went to the Art Institute of Philadelphia many moons ago, and I didn't just jump into fashion design. I did at one point and was trying to make a living at it and everything, but life was like, oh, people were like, go back to school just in case just to have something under your belt, and I did, and it kind of pushed me in a different direction. Like I went back to school for psychology and worked in mental health for 10, 15 years plus, and had a family, so art and design got kind of put on the back burner for a while. And one day I asked God to give me back my gift, and I said, if you give it back to me, I promise I won't put it down. Then about, say, 3 years ago, I finally decided, go head first and do this full time, really give myself a shot, doing what I love to do. And it's been great. I mean, ups, downs, everything in between, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Honestly, it's weird. The first time I created my first digital illustration was on my phone. Doing a digital to me was like an eye-opening experience because I didn't have to buy sketchbooks anymore, and it was just like very cost effective. Like if I didn't like it, I could just delete the whole thing and start all over. Like I had to worry about markers and paper, and even though it's still cool to use those things, but it was, for me at the time, it was just very easy, and it felt natural to move in that direction. And honestly, I haven't looked back.
Do you miss it? Because there's a lot of illustrators who feel like they have such a connection
No.
with. Okay.
Honestly, the most challenging thing was creating brushes, trying to mimic the things that you want to create versus making eyelashes, making sure to have the point on. I mean, just creating brushes to mimic the kind of designs and techniques that you want to use. For me, there were no books, or it was all, I went to YouTube University. I created brushes that worked for me, and that's what I kind of stick to when I'm creating my artwork. I never really brought any brushes except from this one artist. Her name was, I think it's, God forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, Julia. She created these.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest those to you.
Yes, her hair brushes were everything. It makes life so much easier. Like when I'm doing art and like if I'm doing braids or locks and stuff. Again, I knew how to do those things, but having them already created, cut a couple extra steps out, it's cool. I do work in Illustrator, and when I'm creating book covers and things like that, like if I'm putting a journal together, I'll use InDesign.
Okay.
But as far as any drawing apps, when I first started, I was oh my God, what is it called? I tried
Procreate.
Wasn't my favorite. It just wasn't.
Not mine either.
It was Autodesk or Auto something. I started with that, and I preferred that to Procreate for years.
Interesting.
I did. I preferred that to Procreate. I don't know if it's because that's where I started, but then when I tried Procreate, it just didn't I don't know, it didn't set my soul on fire. I mean, it reminds me of it reminds me a lot of Photoshop. But
but not.
It's just, and I know a lot of people prefer Procreate, and it's a great.
I don't get it.
Clipping mask, especially when I'm adding color and stuff, like do the outline. I use I put the layer, the clipping mask on top, but I put all just I color the illustration in white, and then I'll go back and just add some color. To me, when I discovered that, I was like, oh my god! Using the clipping mask and adding that to like your illustration and using multiplying, and it was one of like, those things for me was just like I felt like dancing, because it just like made things a lot easier for me, because of like I'm visually impaired. My eyes get tired easily, so trying to find tricks and things to kind of minimize the eye strain from me working on my computer, to help with some of that strain and figuring out how to do these things. It just makes life a little bit easier. Right now I'm doing some artwork for a college in Canada for their disability initiative for their college campus. So I'm working on some artwork for them. Pursue your purpose. Like, constantly pursue your purpose, whatever that is for you. I mean, it's sometimes you while you're pursuing that purpose, you have to make sure you eat. So you're going to you might have to have a different 9 to 5 while you're like moving towards your goal. And there's nothing wrong with that. But don't let people talk you out of your purpose. My dream isn't everybody's dream. And people telling you to do something else just in case is not because they don't want you to succeed. It's because they want to make sure you're good. They want the best for you. It's your vision that God has placed in your soul and your inner being, and He gave that to you for you to bring into life and to share that with the world.
I absolutely love JoNia's passion for what she does, and that she didn't allow life to deter her from coming back to what she loves. Thanks for watching today's video. If you want to start using digital fashion design software, click the link in the description to sign up for one of my courses, or make sure you check out more of the videos on this channel first to get yourself started. And in fact, I have a great one about using Photoshop to color fashion illustrations. So make sure you check that one out. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time.